Hey everybody, my name is ABAPICKLE, and thank you guys for tuning in to my video. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. It won't be just some gameplay. It's going to be a top 10 video. It's going to be my favorite games of 2019, or more precisely, top 10 games I experienced in 2019. So these could just be games that came out a couple years ago, 2005, maybe 1990, games I played and had the most fun enjoying this year. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Before we start, always remember hit a like, comment, and subscribe to make sure you never miss one of my uploads. So right now, we're gonna start with a couple of honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is gonna be Anthem! Yeah, no, just kidding, this game sucked. Failure! Our first honorable mention is the free-to-play game known as Dauntless. What more could you ask for from a free-to-play game? Giant monsters to hunt, cool weapons, tons of content, a great and beautiful artistic style, and free-to-play. You can't beat that. Every single hunt progresses you forward, making you stronger and preparing you for the next fight. It also has a nice selection of weapons, so whatever your playstyle, you will fit right at home in its very easy and simplistic combat style. And even though the combat style might be a little bit simplistic, it's also highly gratifying dodging right out of the way as when the monster is swinging at you, and every single victory feels like it's earned, not given to you. While simplistic, it is still challenging and has its own difficulties the player will face. And with that, let's move on to our other honorable mention. Our next honorable mention is Slay the Spire, which for me took most of my year by storm. It's a game that I mainly played in the background because it's calming yet difficult, and it really makes this roguelike deck builder one to remember for many people. From the first time you reach Ascension, to the inevitable death during the city against one of the many difficult fights or boss battles, to the final boss battles which are gruelingly hard, it's hard to imagine this game not being mentioned in any Game of the Year conversation. To start this list at number 10, I have Monster Hunter Worlds. It's hard to imagine why I put this one on the list when Dauntless was an honorable mention. The epic fights, beautiful soundtrack, and wonderful animations really bring this world to life and make you feel like you're actually fighting a living being, not just a bunch of ones and zeros. And this game did what every other Monster Hunter failed to do, and is getting recognized by the masses, streamlining the tracking from scout flies and making the game more accessible to players by releasing on PS4, Xbox One, and PC really made this game truly take off, and made it one of the games I will be sure to play for many years to come. And with that, let's move on to number 9 on the list. Next, we have racing in at number 9, Need for Speed Heat, which at first I was very nervous about because you all know EA's track record. Surprisingly, Need for Speed Heat is an exhilarating rush of fresh air, with the beautiful neon lights at night or the wonderful sunshine during the day. This game brought back the core of Need for Speed, which had escaped into the void of microtransactions and loot boxes, held in the clutches of a greedy publisher. At the end of the day, Need for Speed broke through and really captured what made the older ones great. And with that said, there's really not much more. Just look at this gorgeous scenery and enjoy it. Now, coming in at number 8, which is one I debated on putting much higher on my list due to my recent increase in playtime, Pooh Games brought Risk of Rain 1 into the 3D plane. They really knocked it out of the park by taking their critically acclaimed Risk of Rain 1 roguelike side-scroller into the 3D world and making it one of the best early access indie games of the year. Every update brings balance changes, new content making the game totally worth revisiting, and a ton, and I mean a ton, of new items to keep things fresh. I can't wait to see what else is in store for this beautiful gem. The Pooh Games, thank you for making such a wonderful game. Coming in at number 8, we have Devil May Cry 5, which was such a heart-pumping and adrenaline-inducing ride, I almost forgot about Emo Dante from DMC Devil May Cry. Almost. Capcom, you're still not forgiven. Alright, maybe a little bit. Anyway, this photorealistic look takes the awesome, stylish, amazing combat from the previous games and makes it stand out against all the others. The controls are as responsive as ever, and this Demon Hunter will go down as one of my favorite games from this year and of all time. Because goddamn, just look at it.
Where do you think you're going? This one?
Coming in at number 6, we have a game that's hard not to love. Playing some innocent little mini-golf with some of your best friends. And leaving collision on so you can hit them away from the hole before their ball resets and you can hear them cuss your name in vain.
Like to preference to the audience
it's hard to hate such a game. Such a wonderful little adorable game. It just got a huge content update, by the way. So if you haven't played it in a while, I suggest booting it up and checking it out. Because there's a couple new maps, some more customization, and it's really pretty enjoyable. Check it out.
Hole in one, again.
Would you give it, like a 3?
I don't know. About a 1.5.
Next up at the number 5 spot, we have Sea of Thieves, which for me is actually kind of surprising. When this game came out, I was one of the people that laughed at how bare bones it was, and I swore I would never buy it and play it, but here we are, quite a bit after release, and I've played on my channel a couple times and had a ton of fun pirating around with my friends. Sailing the seas and looting the treasure it has to be discovered in the breathtaking art style earned this game a spot on my list. But I will say, it's definitely a game better experienced with friends. And if you haven't played this game in a while, before I started playing, they had their celebration update, and it really kind of put the final pieces in place to really make this a fully fledged game worth your time. So gather up some of your friends and go sail the 7 seas, or the 1 sea that you have. Not 7. There's not 7. The update didn't add 7. Sorry. Only 4 more to go, and taking the first of those 4 spots is Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is another game where it made a comeback this year, with new maps, new modes, progression not being pay to win, and even with the addition of a PvE mode into the game. This without a doubt made it up at number 4. This game had such an incredibly horrendous launch, and probably all of you guys remember all the microtransactions, pay to win progression, loot boxes, but trust me, that's all gone now. It's amazing. So if you haven't given it a shot recently, give it a retry, re-download it, play it some more. And if you're interested, pick it up. It's definitely worth the money now. So go and play it. No, just kidding. I love this game, but I definitely recommend it to anyone who loves Star Wars and wants a great Star Wars experience. With the announcement of one of the greatest series coming to PC, you can imagine how someone who played hundreds and hundreds of hours into Halo Reach as a kid got so excited at the thought of it coming to, in my opinion, the best platform. Where this game was the first of the Master Chief Collection to release on PC. The amazing story, horrendously offensive online community, great firefight mode, Forge, and Infection. This game was so close to being my game of the year, but due to me playing hundreds of hours when I was younger and this being a huge nostalgia trip, I beat the campaign rather quickly, and multiplayer is fun, but there are 2 more games here on my list that beat it out. how could I not include this game? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is amazing, to put it lightly. I know there are a bunch of bugs and glitches, but those will be hammered out in time. EA probably rushed it a little bit too quickly, but what else is new? Respawn delivered a great single-player action RPG mixed with Souls-like features and gave us almost the game of the year. If it weren't for the number 1 spot, this would be the game of the year without question. This is... it's everything you ever wanted out of Star Wars, and they did a great job. Casting for this, the acting is great, the voice acting is amazing, the animations are great when they work, and the combat's fun. It's just a fun game. Tip of the hat to Respawn, you guys did an amazing job.
Ow. Oh, he got out.
And now, for the moment some of you might have been waiting for. My personal game of the year of 2019 is... the most wonderful game developer hits again. Supergiant Games has given us such another wonderful adventure, this time in the style of a roguelike, unlike so many. And they did it in unprecedented fashion as well. Hades is without a doubt my game of the year. You dash around like a madman trying to escape hell from your father Hades, in search of your mother Persephone, while being assisted by the Greek gods Zeus, Artemis, Ares, Poseidon. It's one hell of a trip, and every attempt matters, because death is a part of the game. So, if you die to a Fury, next time you see her, she'll mention it. You won't get past me. You defeat her next time, then when you come to her on your next run, because you're probably going to die after the first time you beat her, she'll say, you got me last time, but this time I won't. And it keeps developing every single time you die. After 35 hours, I still haven't run into a similar voice line, and it's just amazing. Like, it's so worth the $25. Every moment could cost you precious health that you know you're going to need for that next boss fight. Or even worse, it gets you down to 0 health and gets one of your revives out of the way that you can unlock. And those are very precious. You need those for those boss fights, and you know you need them. But this game is so beautifully done, and it's definitely my game of the year. Pick it up, try it, you'll love it, you'll get addicted, you'll just want to keep going and making these attempts until you get out of hell. So, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's ABAPICKLE. Let me know down in the comments, what's your top 10? Do you agree with mine? What'd I forget? Let me know. Let's have a conversation. Anyway, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!